Hello everyone and welcome back to episode 4 of me playing Animal Crossing like it was intended, kind of. My rules apply, let's say it that way, and that definitely applies to this week's episode. As you can see, Tom Nook said that it was a slow news day today, however, he was very wrong. Today, a lot is happening. We are going to get some villagers, try and find some good ones, build some houses for the first time, which is very exciting. So make sure you stay tuned, don't forget to like and also subscribe, but let's get started. But before we get to the fun stuff, it is time to do a few daily tasks, such as enjoying bells and mushrooms for breakfast. And for the first time, Mabel arrived on my island. It was so nice to meet her, but I wish I could say that her clothing options were also nice. The muscle tank was definitely a favorite though. Gotta get them gains. Although the items for sale weren't my favourite, I purchased them all because it's time to get out of this Terry's nightclub and find myself a new outfit. And I also want Able Sisters to come sooner rather than later. With my new outfit acquired, it was time to check in with Tom Nook. He congratulated me on our new bridge on the island and then handed me 3 housing kits to place down. As per usual, all the hard work falls to me. I was so eager to please and get this underway that I went ahead and placed the first plot down as soon as I possibly could, and then I had a little bit of a conundrum. I decided that I didn't want rubbish villagers, so I at least wanted to give myself a chance to find someone that was relatively good. So I decided to go and visit a treasure island for the first time. I had not done this yet on this island, but I was going to set myself some rules. I could only take 10 tickets for each villager, so I could only pick up 30 in total, and every time that I hit the 10 tickets, I had to take that villager if I hadn't already taken someone. And then if I didn't find someone in that time, or I found someone before them, they could carry over. So no more than 30 tickets to find these 3 villagers basically. I of course also picked up a shed because I was missing the shed so much. One of the best things ever to come out of the 2.0 update was definitely the shed, and then I also picked up a barrel because it's me and I love barrels. So I'm not going crazy, I'm still playing Animal Crossing kind of like it was intended, but there's just a few little tweaks that I wanted to add. Back on my island, and whilst I was on my way to place down these 2 further plots, I found another money tree that has come into blossom. Very excited for some more money, ka-ching. And then I headed over and placed down these plots, ready for us to go villager hunting. I'm apprehensive, but also excited at the same time. With our plots placed down, it is time for the villager hunt to begin. Now for the villager hunt, I don't have any specific villages in mind. I'm just going to take it as it comes, and if I find someone that I like the look of, then I might take them. I do have quite a lot of amiibos, so I can always switch them out later, but I'm just excited to try and see who we come and take someone that I like, which is what this island is all about. It's about what I like and who I like, and just me, because I feel like a lot of my other islands have been about themes, and that's not what I want for this island. I just want it to be enjoyable for me when I log on a day and see different villagers around who I like the look of. So for ticket number 1, and we have Gail. Now Gail I have had before, she was on my pink Kidcot island, but I'm just not feeling pink for this island, so she can stay right here. On island number 2, I spotted a little DIY bottle out of the corner of my eye, so before even looking at the villager, I went to see what this was, and it was a gong. I probably won't use this very often, if at all, but I want to get all of the DIY, so that definitely helps. But the villager on this island was in fact Meringue. Now she can go in the same pile as Gale, 2 pink, that's for sure. Island number 3 was Bangle. She just gives me jungle vibes, all jungle vibes, and I'm not here about that. We did however have another DIY bottle, and this time it was the shell bed, which I was quite happy about. It's not a bad one, not a bad DIY. Island number 4, and we had peaches, which I was very excited about. I hadn't yet had peaches, so I can take some of them and definitely get them planted on my island. However, I wasn't so happy about this red chicken thing, so definitely not coming home with me today. Number 5, and we had another rhino. I'm not gonna get a complex, but maybe I am. Rhinos are a no, and definitely not the blue rhinos. He's kind of cute, but just not for me. And then we had Patty. She always seems to haunt me on villager hunts. I don't know what it is. Sometimes we get loads of duplicates of her. And also Bamboo Islands historically haven't given me the best luck. So this is just a bad combination. And we have a rhino. I definitely didn't have a complex, but now I do. I definitely have a complex. Why all the rhinos? And then along came Chevrolet. Chevrolet is definitely someone that I've always had my eye on. Like, I think she's a super cute villager. I've never really had her on one of my islands for a long period of time. I think she may have come and gone, but I was kind of feeling her, honestly. I know I could have waited and got a better normal, but she was just talking to me, and I think she was going to be a good starter to have on this island. So I decided to take her. So Chevrolet is our first villager, and I'm excited to have her. After taking Chevrolet, I kept at the hunt, and honestly for a second I thought, have I messed up here, because I could not find the villager. And then I found her sticking out like a sore thumb on the beach, and it was the bright orange Annabelle. I'm not a fan of the anteaters, I won't lie, so she was a definite no. Ticket number 10, we've officially made it into double figures, and it was Jeremiah. I kind of like Jeremiah. I kind of like most of the frogs, to be honest, I'm not gonna lie, but he is definitely too blue and not quite the right vibe that I want for my forever island. The next island was definitely a fan favorite, and I know a lot of people love Sherb. He's kind of cute, kind of adorable, but honestly, he's not one of my favorites, and that may be controversial. Please don't hate me. Ticket 12 was Drago. I don't think I need to give an explanation as to why I didn't choose this villager, honestly. Then we had the snow leopard that is Bianca. She's kind of cute, and honestly, if this was a winter island, I would definitely be taking her, but not quite for this one. The horses are a villager type that I can kind of take, kind of leave, not too fussed by them, but Victoria is a hard no. I just don't like her mask, no offense. And for number 15, we had Ozzy. Ozzy was a villager that I've never really had on my island, and I'm not like a massive fan of the koalas, but there's something about him as a lazy, he's not too bad. I could have held out for Eric, but I do have Eric's amiibo, so maybe I can use him that way. But Ozzy, I decided to take. Maybe controversial. Let me know if you like Ozzy, if you don't, but that is our second villager down. Just one more to go. So all that remained was our Sicily villager, so off we went again, and this time we came across Bunny. Bunny, I'm kind of on the fence about. I've definitely never had her on an island, but she is just a little bit brightly coloured, and I definitely think there are better rabbits out there, so I decided to put a pause on her because we have plenty of tickets left to find someone better. Tammy with an I is a definite no. They did the monkeys such dirty in this game, and it disappoints me. Ticket 18 was another very pink villager, and it was a no for me. I do feel like I've had her before, and people have ruined her by saying that she has underpants on her head, but it is what it is. I love cats, but like the monkeys in this game, I feel like some of the cats are just way off, and Tabby is one of them, so she can stay here on Peach Island. And then for ticket number 20, I came across Tutu, and I kind of was on the fence about taking her again, but I do love her, and she is probably one of the best bears that exist. So I did go ahead and have her as our third and final villager for today anyway, and she is of course a Sicily, so she's kind of cute and she's adorable. So I don't know, maybe people love her, maybe people don't, but she's just adorable. So she's coming home with me, and hopefully she'll fit in nicely. So there we have it, villager hunt number 1 complete. We have Ozzy, Tutu, and of course Chevrolet. I think these are pretty good villagers to start off with. Maybe over time I'll definitely switch them out, but I'm not too sad about them. Now it's time to get building these plots to get them moved in. Because I don't yet have a crafting bench, I headed into Tom's tent. I crafted the pair bed and the pair wardrobe, which is needed for plot number 1. And then I went ahead and crafted my first little mini DIY bench, which is definitely going to come in handy and a much needed item for making these plots more homely. With my new DIY table, I moved closer to the plot so I could keep checking what was required because my memory is terrible. I then realised that I needed to craft the stone table and the stone stool. Luckily I had enough ingredients for that, however I didn't have the branches, and a little bit of clay needed to make the clothesline and the plot, so I quickly grabbed some of that. I also got a little bit of a bell from a tree, so that's cool. With those resources gathered, I finished crafting the necessary items. That was the clothesline and the pot. Then all I had to do was submit these items and place down the exterior ones, and there we had it. Our first plot was officially done, ready for our new arrival. I decided to time travel forward a day. I have said that I'm lightly time traveling forward, so this is fine by me, and we welcomed in Ozzy. Ozzy was nice. I'm very happy that he is our first new villager, and Tom seemed pretty happy about it too. Now time to just work on those 2 remaining plots. I also found a suspicious looking fox roaming around the island, so I decided to speak to him. Maybe we'll go and check out his ship later, but I thought I'd just have a little word with him and see what he had to say. Something did seem a little bit sus about him though, I will say that. It was time to begin work on plot number 2. I started off by checking what was needed and remembered that I was going to need some hyacinths. So there we headed off onto the cliffs to try and gather some. This is the first time that I really hopped over here and climbed up on the cliffs, as they didn't have a ladder for a long time, but it was nice to be up here. And I also did see Red's boat, which then reminded me that I should probably take a look inside. And I did buy some items, although I didn't buy the furniture because I didn't think that this was worth the money. It seemed very expensive for a gnome, so I decided to leave that there, but I did buy a piece of art. After purchasing what was probably a dodgy fake painting and collecting our hyacinths, it was time to focus back on the crafting, and luckily it didn't take too much work and we were ready for villager number 2 to move in. I of course did a little happy dance to celebrate. Another day means another Tom Nook announcement, and this time he had some good news because he was announcing Tutu's arrival to the island. Very happy to see her arrive. It's weird the order they do it in. I don't understand it. I don't understand what order it actually, maybe it's like specific personalities come at a certain time. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you do know, but either way, Tutu is here for now. With 2 villagers moved in, it's time to pay our attention to the 3rd and final plot. This one definitely caused me more problems than the other ones. I underestimated how much hardwood I was going to need to get this plot done, and it definitely took a lot of work. I think I went through 3 axes just to find the amount of hardwood that it took for the exterior items. Eventually we did get there. There was a little bit of hard work. I got stung by a bee. There was all sorts going on, but we did it. We did it, and it was time for our final villager to move in, and that was Chevre. And as you can see, she started making herself at home straight away. I'm really happy that we finally got our first few villagers in, and then next time, as Tom Nook hinted at, resident services is going to be upgraded, so it'll be nice to see Isabel turn up. I'm really still enjoying this whole series. I hope you are too, so please don't forget to like the video if you are. But without further ado, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.